Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Right now we are in my office because it's a little bit loud out there, and I just wanted to show you guys, give a little glimpse of a realistic day in the life of a real estate agent, but not just a day in the life of a realtor, a day in the life of a real estate agent who is with Real Broker specifically. I need to finish getting ready first, and then I'm about to hop on back-to-back Zoom calls with agents who are wanting to join us at Real Broker. And then directly following those Zoom calls, I have a call scheduled with an agent who is already in our network. She's a newer agent, and she just asked if we could schedule a call to do some brainstorming for business planning and lead generating and marketing and just getting her business going. And that's something that at Real Broker, as a sponsor, I'm not going to really talk about this because I've shared this in so many videos. There's a lot of rules in our ICA, our independent contractor agreement, about what we can and cannot do. So I cannot say, if you join me at Real, I'm going to give you free coaching. I'm going to do accountability calls with you. I can't do that, but I can have a relationship with you and have a vested interest in your success at the company. And sometimes that's what it looks like, what we're doing today. Just a little like brainstorming accountability session call, which I'm super excited about and super happy to do. So a little bit of my day, because I get asked a lot questions from you guys, our viewers, fellow realtors that I get to talk to all over the US and Canada, which is so much fun. I get asked often about like how I structure my day, how I utilize time blocking as a real estate agent and all the other things that we have going on in our life and whatnot. Because if you're not new here, you know, one of the things that I've always focused on in my business is finding ways to make more money while working less hours and just scale my business. By the way, today is one of my work days. I don't work every day. I do not work every day. I have a couple days a week that I do work stuff on, and then the other days I'm still getting back to people. I'm still answering agent questions. I might even schedule a Zoom call or run to a coffee meeting or go on an appointment, but I do have a lot of non-work days, if that makes sense. But a day like today, I got up today before my family, which I don't always do, but today I did. It felt really good. And I went on a nice long walk, got my steps in. I came back home. My daughter was awake, and I then made us breakfast. We sat down and ate breakfast together. And while we were eating breakfast, we got started on our school work / learning time. It is still summer, at least at the time of filming this. I know in a lot of parts of the country, they've already started school. Where I'm at, school has not started yet. How it is technically still summer here, although we homeschool, so the school year can look however we want it to look, which is amazing. But we are wanting to stay somewhat similar to the regular school year. So I'm waiting to start our actual curriculum for this upcoming school year. We will start that at the same time that other schools in our area officially start. However, we still do like learning time a couple times a week, at least throughout the summer. It's something my daughter and I both really love. And so that's what we did immediately this morning. After that, we read a ton of books together at the kitchen counter. I made some bracelets with her. And my whole point in saying all of this is because I was really, really intentional to spend that time with her, like quality one-on-one, no distraction time. Because now for the last hour or so, because her tank is full, her cup's full, she feels loved, she's had lots of undivided attention. I've taught her, read to her, played with her, we ate together and all of that. Because she's had so much of my undivided attention, this is my own theory, but it works for me. Okay, I'm just sharing the real tips, like what really works for me. So because she's had so much of that, she's now been playing happily by herself for the last hour or so. I don't know if you can hear it, but she has a CD player with her own little CDs that she likes, and she also has a lot of like audiobooks, kids podcasts, stories, that type of thing on her CD player. So she has her CD player downstairs. She was making bracelets while listening to it for a while. Now she's sitting on the floor listening to it and doing puzzles. And those are just activities that I got out and left there, and she finds on her own and does. And my whole point in saying all of this is because all of this was intentional. I was intentional to start my day and spend all of that time with her, like one-on-one, undivided attention time together. And then once I was done with that time, I was able to get ready. Well, I started getting ready for my Zoom call. I started lunch for us, and now I'm about to finish getting ready for our Zoom call, and then we'll hop on the Zoom calls. But I was able to do all of that and actually get ready for my Zooms, send the Zoom links, do whatever prep I needed to do, and she was happily entertained, if that makes sense. That is just what works for me right now in the season that I'm in, as I'm figuring out how to run my business while also homeschooling at the same time and scaling my business, working minimally, but still running a successful business and growing it steadily over time. So that's just a little like routine that works really well for me and my family and where we're at. Okay, so now I'm gonna eat lunch, gonna feed my daughter lunch, and then my husband's actually gonna be coming home. We're a husband and wife real estate team. So we work together as a real estate team because our schedules are really flexible, which is amazing, but we tend to plan our weeks around each other. So he knew in the middle of the day, I'm gonna have a handful of Zoom calls to do and then a call with an agent that's already at Real. And so because of that, he planned his day to be able to come home and be with our daughter during that time, if that makes sense, which I'm really, really grateful. We have the opportunity to tag team in our business and our parenting and our life. It is seriously so amazing. Other thing I was gonna say is, in order to protect my peace, my boundaries, my home, the way I want to live, I guess you could say, like protect the way I want to live my life right now as a basically stay-at-home mom, homeschooling mom, but also very much so running a business and growing a business. The one of the ways that I protect that is I'm pretty firm with my boundaries of no appointments in the morning. I really protect our appointments. So my first Zoom call is not until 1:00 p.m. And that means I don't really have to start prepping and getting ready for it until noon. So that gives me a really long time in the morning to have a nice slow morning, do whatever else I need to do. And I don't, like I said, I'm not working every single day, but on the day, besides if you count like answering emails, getting back to people, I'm always doing marketing your business. Like I'm always doing those things. So technically I am, but I don't really consider those things work. They're very flexible. But when I do work right now at the time of my life, I am really protective of that morning time and not scheduling anything until later in the day. Let's go eat our lunch and finish getting ready for this Zoom call. And then I will update you guys after the Zoom call, let you know how it goes. And then I'll update you after the call with the agent, and we will give some real estate tips, real estate advice, marketing advice, all of that at the very end. So don't go anywhere, you guys. You are not gonna want to miss anything. All right, let's go. Now I'm gonna make my matcha.
So he told her it was strong.
Here's my outfit. I'm hopping on the Zoom call. Just ended my first Zoom meeting. I have about 20 minutes until my next Zoom meeting starts. And so I'm just gonna answer a couple of the questions that this gal asked me on this Zoom meeting for you guys, in case any of you guys are curious. So I do these Zoom calls with agents all over, the US and Canada that are thinking about joining Real on a very consistent basis. By the way, if you're curious about joining Real, if you have questions, you want to just talk about it and see if it might be a good fit for you, I'd love to set up a Zoom call with you as well. Feel free to shoot me an email and we can get it on the schedule. And also, by the way, if you are interested, I know most agents are not, and that is perfectly fine. This is not something that we push by any means at Real. The majority of agents at Real do not participate in this. But if you are one of the few that is interested in participating in revenue share, agent attraction, and basically getting to help and mentor and chat with and collaborate with other agents all over the country, if that's something you're like, I feel called to do that, like this agent I was just talking to, she already has a mastermind of agents that she's helping every week grow. She is constantly on the calls with brand new agents, helping them in their business, and she's not getting paid for it. But if you're at Real, you could be doing that as well and getting paid for it every single month residually. So if you're like, that's something I feel called to Mariah. I don't think it's for everyone. Not everyone should just do it. It's not a get rich quick scheme, and it's not just something to do for the money. You truly have to feel called to it and have a heart for agents and talking to people and caring about them and their business, or it's not going to be good. Like, you have to have your heart in the right place, I truly believe. But if you are in that boat and you're like, Mariah, I think I feel called to this also, shoot me an email and I would love to help you. I'd love to do some brainstorming with you and just share some insights and maybe help you come up with a plan to be able to grow a network as well at our wonderful brokerage. But it's so interesting to me how when the call is with a brand new agent versus when it is with a super experienced agent, the call goes very differently. There's very different things we're talking about, very different questions we're asking, or I'm asking, or they're asking, and that's totally fine with me. I love it either way. We have agents at our network who are brand new agents, many brand new agents. We have agents that have been in the business about as long as me, which is 10 years now. And we have agents who have been in the business for decades longer than I have. And I think it is just so much fun, and I truly love and enjoy getting to talk to all of them. And I truly feel like there are things I could learn from all of them myself, even the new agents. So I'm not coming over here like the guru, the coach. No, like, I'm just excited to be your real estate bestie and have conversations and collaborate and mastermind together however we can. But with all that being said, this is an agent who has been in the business for over 20 years. So a lot of the questions were very different than the questions a new agent might be asking. Things like about our CRM system, the CRM system that we use, Lofty, formerly called SAHM. If you're not familiar with it, after this video, head over to my channel. I have a handful of videos about it. It is so amazing and has been such a blessing to my business. So another thing about Real Broker that I haven't really shared on this channel before, this is the AI assistant that all realtors at Real Broker get access to, called Leo. You pull up your Rezen app where every part of your business is right there on this app. They make it so simple and streamlined, easy to see, literally every part of your business just right there in one spot, which is really cool. But you just click on the little Leo at the bottom of, like, they make it really easy to find, and he can honestly point you in any direction needed. This agent that I just had a call with is interested in revenue share herself. So I asked Leo, can you send me some resources and information to know more about revenue share at Real Broker that I can point her to? He sent it right to me within seconds, and then I was able to copy and paste it and send it over to the agent that needed it. Honestly, anything you need in your business, anything you want to find at Real Broker, the AI assistant Leo is really handy. I'm gonna get on my second call now, and I'll let you guys know how it goes afterwards. And then we will hop on our brainstorming collaboration call with the agent, and I will give you guys some more real estate and marketing tips. So don't go anywhere. My second Zoom call just ended. It went really well, and I'm going to send her all the information that I told her I would send her on the call before I forget. And I'm also going to send her the information to a realtor that is specifically in her market where she lives, because this agent, just like almost all the agents that we sponsor, is not where we live. And many of the agents that we sponsor, they're not where we live, and they don't care about having a co-sponsor. But a lot of times they would like us to find them a co-sponsor, someone to talk to at least about potentially being their co-sponsor with us that's a little bit closer to them. So that's always something that I don't think it hurts. It's never a bad idea to have a co-sponsor. And if you're like, what's co-sponsorship? What does that mean? I've actually done a couple videos on that specifically. You can find them on my channel after this video, but I'm gonna find her a co-sponsor option. She may not want to go with them, but I'm gonna find her an option, and then I will check back in with you after my next call. I'm gonna go change into some workout clothes and grab my headphones and take this next call on a walk, because if it's not a Zoom, then I'm probably gonna be getting a few more steps in while we're on the call. So let's go.
Just got off my last call. It was with the agent who is already in our network at Real Broker. She's a new agent, and basically we were just brainstorming some ways, practical ways that I know have worked because I've done them in the past when I was new, to go and start getting business right away. And then I was able to point her to a handful of resources that I just think will help with the process. So Anyway, gonna end this here.
Hi guys, quick editing note. So I just realized I promised earlier in the video that I would give you guys some tips at the very end for marketing your business, getting business, all the things. And I just finished the vlog and I didn't give you the tips. So I apologize. We're going to do that real quick right here because I want to give you guys what I promised in the video. So I wanted to give you some tips directly from that call that I had with the agent. So we talked about, as someone who is a brand new agent, we talked about ways that you can get business right away. And the two best ways that I know that you can get business right away are for sale by owners and expired listings. I started my business with for sale by owners. So basically, all you got to do to list a for sale by owner is get in front of them. Oftentimes, they'll list with the first person to get in front of them. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is be the last one to follow up. Because they're a lot of times either going to list with the first person that they see in person, the first agent, or they're going to list with the last agent who's still following up once they finally decide to list their house. The thing with for sale by owners is they're all going to tell you, we don't need to list. We're not that motivated. We don't really need to sell. We're never going to list it. We have someone who's a realtor already. They're going to tell you all those things. Don't believe them. If you believe them, you've already lost and you're never going to get the listing. So my biggest tip for someone who has listed so many for sale by owners earlier on in my career, this was my big focus was FSBOs, is that don't believe them. Just because they say they're never going to list doesn't mean that's true. They don't know this, but statistically, 90% of them, 90, I want to say like 90, over 95, but I don't know if that's true. The high majority of them, regardless of what they say, are going to end up listing. Whether they like it or not, they're going to, because it's not going to work out on their own. So just remember that and find, if you're wanting to prospect to for sale by owners and get listings right away, find, sorry, my phone. Find someone who's teaching it online. There's free YouTube videos about for sale by owners. Just find someone, one person that you like their plan and then stick with it. For sale by owners is the easiest place to rip off and duplicate. There's so many people sharing their strategies. Don't overcomplicate it. Just find one plan, one script, stick with it. And expired listings, this is a huge part of my husband and I's business. I handle the marketing side, the working with agent side, the video marketing that gets us leads and clients and all of that side. But my husband calls expired listings. And I don't know if it's just the market we're in, but he's actually listed a lot more expired listings over the last year or two than FSBOs. Let me know if that's been the case for you guys in your market. FSBOs, they still work, but expireds has actually been a lot bigger of a thing than it ever was before in our business. So he's handling expireds, and the way that you approach them, very similar to for sale by owners. A lot of the same principles of it's all in the follow-up. Just keep following up. Don't go away till they finally are like, you're so annoying, I need to just list with you. Just don't stop following up. Or be the first one to get to their house and see them in person. And again, find somebody who's telling you their strategy online and just follow it to a T, and it will work. These are proven strategies if you need business. All right, guys. Goodbye. See you soon.